help, but instead he's gotten locked in, and now we have to get out, and there's a lot of ghosts and stuff. So last time we saw a ghostly girl going into the library, and I'm gonna keep playing from there. I can look around using the arrow keys. I'm using WASD though. The box lid was displaying an esoteric symbol. The box was closed. There was a small opening for a key. Okay, so we got a Boston Daily News, a small music box with a secret inside. I could feel it shudder under my fingers. The symbol of Venus was engraved on the lid. Right, I'm gonna light a match and go this way. The gramophone could only play Silent Dust. Hello there. So that's a girl again.
I decided to accept her presence. After all, from all those weird things I had seen that night, she was the only one who hadn't tried to kill me.
I can see a camera. I'm just gonna read. It seemed that using the gramophone made the girl appear, but it wasn't enough. She needed more, apparently. That puzzle was missing a piece, a link between her and the contraption. The girl and the gramophone. I'm seeing a camera here. Summer of 1912, my only family after father's death. Their voices, their footsteps, their lives. I miss them all. It's a creepy picture of the house there. Okay. Margaret's Diary, Excerpt 18. April 2nd, 1914. Spring came, and the blooming flowers are the source of unbearable allergies. The shadow of Henry and his ancestors is haunting the mansion. The place is mine now, and I am busy trying to give it a suitable appearance. William won't like it, but so be it. He has to learn that the power to change things has to be earned. I am still his mother. He doesn't seem to understand what it means, what it meant to be a Boston Brahmin. It was only when I grew older that I really understood what it meant. I tried picking the best words, savouring their meaning today, teaching him the part his ancestor John Venter, who arrived in Boston in 1710 and played in the building of the city, the duty on the shoulders of New England Protestant elite. I ended with these words: "We are the past and future of this city, William." He shrugged and went to play the piano. There was way too much of his father in this child. Okay. So Margaret is the mother of the house. This portrait of a woman had been cut with a knife. Here's some news here. An appointment with Destiny 2. These economic royalists complain that we seek to overthrow the institutions of America. What they really complain of is that we seek to take away their power. Our allegiance to American institutions requires the overthrow of this kind of power. In vain they seek to hide behind the flag and the Constitution. In their blindness, they forget what the flag and the Constitution stand for. Now, as always, they stand for democracy, not tyranny, for freedom, not subjection, and against the dictatorship by mob rule and the overbred much alike. Franklin D. Roosevelt, June 27th, 1936. Just checking if I missed something. Oh, light another match. Oh, come on. There we go. An original copy of Debussy's Clair de Lune. Okay, let's go in here. Oh. Hello.
This thing looked like it was reaching out from some fairy tale. The kind of stories in which kids get devoured by some witch in a dark forest. Was it real?
No, sorry, I'm gonna let him finish.
Delusion or not, I tried not to think about it. Only a madman can think mad things.
Okay, let's read William Vesper's diary, excerpt 9, May 11th, 1928. It has been a year already since Sarah died of pneumonia, a few months after Winterstone became disabled following his heart attack. They were my only friends. Today the house is empty, like every day, filled only with my own echoes and these things I don't want to hear anymore. I miss Father so much. I still see him playing by my side. I see him put his hands on the piano keys, humming as he was playing music. I think about leaving, but then I wonder, what would that change anyway? Night is everywhere, and she would find me. First, I have to make my big plan come true, and learn how to live again. I listen to Jack Hilton's Wonderful You, and I realize I've never had anyone to play with. This is what I need, some company, a companion. The city is so close, I guess it's time to leave. They have electricity and light there. So these diaries are like collectible things, and they're also obviously helping to tell the story of what has been going on in this house. Here's a light switch. It looked broken and dangerous, so I guess that doesn't work. So matches, I might as well refill. A log, a good start if I wanted to start a fire, which we'll want to do. The fire could be an ally, but I needed to find some wood. I needed more wood to get the fire really roaring. Okay, so we need to go and find another little log. If the match was a nuisance, I could put it out by pressing return repeatedly. Basically, we need to light a fire in the fireplace so that we can open the chest, because we need 2 hands to open the chest. So we're gonna go now to find another log. Note to self, kitchen key. My dear friend, for the lack of sleep erodes your sanity as well as your memory, I hereby decide to put the kitchen key in this book of recipes Father loved so much. It is in the library and won't move from there, which will prevent you from having to make extra keys again. Please start by trying not to lose this note. Your devoted servant, yourself, William. Here's another log. A good start if I wanted to start a fire. I'm just gonna look if there's anything else over here. I don't think so. I'm gonna have to start to light a new match. Solitary Suns. Poetry, the last thing I had in mind. So I'm gonna go and light this fire now because I think we have enough wood. There's still more wood for the fireplace. I was looking forward to the light. It would do the trick, but for how long? Okay, so now we can open this chest by pressing space repeatedly. Okay, so let's have a look. There is a Selena book, so let's write that. I'll read that. From Selena to William, except 2. In September 1934, during a concert at the Red Bait, we meet Jim Erziger, a producer whose label, Two Roads, is becoming prominent. After the show, he tells me I have a marvelous voice and that my Norwegian accent brings something unique to our African American jazz music. That it is enough to get the attention of amateurs and curious listeners. I have to admit, Norwegian jazz singers are not that many, but I can't really believe he would hire us. But he does. He suggests we name the band Selena and the Frozen Sons. I am to be paid for singing. Everything looks so simple. Dad used to say that anything can grow in California. I feel like a flower finding its way through the snow. But my parents are not happy for me. I think they are homesick. But I'm 22. Life is an adventure, and I don't know much about life. I know nothing of pain, for example. Everything changes. And there was something else in the chest. A lipstick, a crucifix, astronomy books, such treasure. And then there is a record. Touching that disc was warm and comforting. I felt an urge to listen to it. So let's go and do that. Let's go back to the gramophone. I'm just gonna get some more matches. Because I can. It's always good to be stocked up on matches. So the gramophone was here. That music, It's Mere Presence, gave me some hope.
It takes eternity to decide what'll be the best side to fall back on, but it won't tell now. No, it won't tell now.
It was her. That girl from the jazz record. Selena Sandvik. The key she left me was an invitation. Was she trying to help me? Or was I heading towards even more troubles?
Who knows?
I had to focus. Surviving is a full-time job. Not the kind of job you can afford to lose.
No, indeed. Okay, so she dropped a key, didn't she? Let's go and pick it up. The key was an invitation, but to which world? I would think it would be an invitation to the library. So let's go there. I'm just gonna go and save first, because saving regularly is key in this game, I find. Because if you die, you have to start over from when you last saved, so it's good to save, because if a ghost catches you, it's a one-shot kill, so upstairs and see. Let's see if the key fits in the library door. It looks like it does. Oh, there was a note. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there we go. Note to self. The shadows avoid the electric light. Tonight, one of Mother's shadows caught me as I was walking inside a library. That same day, I had someone fix the electrical wiring, which had been out of service for years. In panic, I switched on the light. The shadow vanished in a scream. Electric light kills them. The door symbol popped out there for some reason. Oh, that's the same one. Never mind. So, let's go over here first. There's some news on the floor there. Victim of the crisis, October 19th, 1932. No, 1934. The body of a 40-year-old man was found yesterday morning in the Burns industrial area. According to the police, the death is the result of severe malnutrition coupled with massive alcohol ingestion. He is the fourth person to be found dead as a result of starvation this week in the neighborhood, where many factories have closed and the unemployment rate reaches 60%. The authorities seem unable to face the malnutrition and alcoholism issues, and community itself can't take over from the official institutions to face the crisis. These cached portraits were not my favorite decorations. Oh, wait, there was a camera. There we go. The mother of men, my mother, you allow me to be a man. There's a knife in this portrait here. Although disturbing, the knife had a role to play in that tragedy. It clearly wasn't art, just a fantasy of a murderer. Okay. Another note to self. She's suing me. Her voice is harassing me, blaming me and insulting me because I was not the heir she wanted so much. Margaret is even more harmful in death. And because I am her son, she has always possessed the keys to my mind. I'm desperate. How am I supposed to keep a dead person at bay? There's a Margaret book. Margaret's Diary, Except 1. December 8th, 1895. It's 4 a.m. and I can't get to sleep. Father is still yelling in his room. Since his delivery company closed, his debts are getting worse and worse, and so are his anxiety attacks. At night, he almost sounds like a beast. They say something in his blood drove him crazy. They say it runs in the family. It's linked to the kids. I don't understand. Mother doesn't want to explain. Sarah doesn't either. I could get whipped, she says. We don't talk about these things in your house. I threatened to hit her. I yelled at her, but she didn't tell me anything. They are treating me like a child. I'm 15. I'm a Santa Cross, a Boston Brahmin. I have a right to know when it comes to my family. I don't know why I keep getting the years mixed up. I can't read numbers apparently. Today. There's another one here. Margaret's Diary, Except things would be like they were before, going to the fair, to the races, when he told me the names of the horses he knew so well, when he let me bet, then laughed at me because I lost. I want him to tell me more about our family, about Kenneth Cross's bravery when he fought the English soldiers during the Tea Party, about Uncle Hardy, the captain of a Union warship fighting slavery, about the senator and poet Douglas Venter, about Tom Kenstown, member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, all great men, knights, intellectuals, glorious members of the Venter Cross family. But what will people say about Dad? So clearly Margaret's father was ill in some way. And she seems to be a bit... Oh. No. She seems to be a bit ashamed of that. So let's plug in this. Plug. I'm gonna follow the... Actually, let's go this way. First, I'm not gonna open that door. I'm gonna get this knife. The skull cracked under the blade. I wanted to vomit. There's a light switch here. Electricity had become a very good friend, which became rare. I made a discovery. Oh, wait. The disc said that a girl was called Selena Sandvik, a jazz singer from Norway. She had two gifts for me: her voice, who could seduce even the darkness, and a key, though it didn't mention which door it was supposed to open. Must have gotten this one before. Okay, I made a discovery that would very well save my life. Electric light killed the ghosts. Could death itself die? I guess, or something like that, at least. The landlord had crates full of books delivered to him. This one says book. A key was hidden amongst the pages. These are all the recipes from France and French islands. But that's not the important part here. It's the key. I was holding the key tightly, praying that it would be useful. I finally had the kitchen key. This little chunk of metal was essential for my survival. So we're gonna go to the kitchen now, which is back where we were before, back by the fireplace. Okay, here's a lamp. And this, reasons for the crisis, October 18th, 1932. The current crisis is a sickness born from capitalism, from speculation, like a blind madness forged in three sins. Greed, the wealth of the Great War, was jealously kept since 1918 in the safes of those who were wealthy already and didn't benefit the economy or the people. Lack of experience, a weak economic balance was shattered to pieces by the restrictive policies of the Federal Reserve, still too young and unwilling to take bold actions. Fear, by refusing to supply money to the banks in order to encourage spending, the Fed actually was at the origin of the credit crunch, which pushed people to withdraw their money from the banks and, in the end, brought the whole system to its knees. The bleeding would cause the system to fail, the crash to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen, It could have been avoided if someone had enough courage to face the few men who were ransacking America. The people should ask Mr. Hoover where he was when water started flooding the ship. I'm reading too quickly. Okay. So what I was going to say is that the plug that we plugged in over there before is for this lamp here. So there are more portraits of women. I'm gonna shine the light on this one. I should say again that I have played this game before, so that's why I know things like that. So I can use my hands to both my hands now because the light is shining on the portrait. Irina, Virginia, and Maria. So I'm gonna stick the knife in here. Do it, don't think, said a voice in my head. Stick it. Okay, so I'm gonna light a match and we're gonna go to the kitchen now. Actually, let's go and save again. You can never save enough in this game. Okay, now let's go to the kitchen. Right. Let's run over here and oh, it's dark now. Let's light this again. Someone has put out the lights in here. Turn the lights off. Gonna fill up on matches again. And someone has also made a mess of this place, of this room. The ghosts have not been happy. Margaret's not happy. Here's the kitchen. There are 40 matches here. There's a note as well. See if I can get to that. There we go. Note to self. Matchboxes. I placed matchboxes all around the house in case the electrical wiring breaks down. It really is the last thing I wish would happen. Yes, that's a very good idea. Thank you for that. William, I guess. Once a meal, now an offering to the flies. So this is a light switch. Let's leave the kitchen lights on. Basically, that light switch means you can only turn the lights on either in the kitchen or in the hallway. But yeah, so you have to choose. But you need both your hands to do this. So I'm gonna need to have the light on in the kitchen for that. There are 40 more matches here, so there are quite a lot here in the kitchen. I'm gonna go ahead and open this door. But as you can see, this is boarded up. Then I'm gonna flick this again. Oh, I'm gonna have to light a match. And again, so that the corridor light Let's save first though. There was a book there. Did I read that before? I'm not sure if I did. I'm gonna go back when I have saved. There's a book here. A William book. I don't think I've read this. No, I haven't. William Vesper's Diary, Except 10, July 3rd, 1929. I watched them from behind the vapours of my whiskey. Drunk men and women who bark at each other like animals. They grab and bite each other in a preposterous parade that seems to arouse them. I am outraged, and yet I am jealous of their foolishness, their ability to just forget everything in this game. Then there's the lovers, leaning and whispering to each other amidst that chaos, confident that their words would find their way to the mind of the significant other. I dream of being in this place, drinking in her words. What could she say to me? What would I answer? Would I tell her I love her? Maybe I wouldn't say a word. Maybe I would hit her. I could be her son. I could be the son of all women. So this William fellow is a little bit weird. Well, oh dear. Okay, so let's try to find a different route out of this room. Let's see if this door can be opened. Yes, so this is leading out to the corridor. That scared me. Sorry. Okay, I wasn't ready for that. Okay, so let's proceed into the library. Oh, and the library has been slightly wrecked as well now, I think. Virginia should be the final one. So let's put out my match and... Oh, come on, I am in light. Is it really that? Picky. Is that better then? Apparently. Okay. So let's stick this one as well. Just a picture, I thought. The mechanical clicking sounded like a relief to my soul. So I'm gonna run over here now. There are footsteps leading to the bookshelf. It's a secret door. Okay, let's light another match.
The press clippings were all referring to the Black Lake Wolf, some serial killer going after women in the area.
Great, so there's a serial killer around. The switch didn't do anything. There's some matches here. And there's a chair, so I can light this candle. And I can save. So let's do that. I'm taking every opportunity I can to save. because you never know when you run into a ghost. Right. Let's keep going for a little bit longer. There's a door here. And as you can see... Oh, there's a ghost there. This is the other side of the kitchen door. So... you can see there's a cord going in under this thing here, which I can move. Cabinet of some sort. So I can plug in this now, which is going to help me. Oh. Oh dear. I think we got an electrical shock. And now something else is going on. Having a little dream, possibly. Smoke and mirrors. What was it? Some club? Let's put the record on. Let's try to stay in the light. I'm gonna go in here and over here. Oh, I'm stuck on something. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to go back. I got stuck on what's that? Let's try it again. I'm gonna stay closer to the camera this time. Like that. Okay. That letter would be useful. I just didn't know how. Let's see if I can do anything over here. It didn't make sense. Was it real? I'm gonna run over here. Okay, there's another letter. Pieces of a puzzle. The clues for gathering. I needed to think. I'm gonna put the S here. And then the N here. The ignition key was still there. I could use the lights. But I don't think I can do anything over here yet. No, I'm gonna go this way. Who am I? I'm gonna have to get back. If you stay in the darkness for too long, you're gonna die. So don't do that. I can go over here now. Bloody scissors were lying on the desk. Someone spent a lot of time cutting these letters, and it wasn't a game. We got an L and an A, and there's an E over there. So we can spell out Selena. I just didn't know how this letter would be useful. Well, I know how. Gonna wait for the light to come back. There we go. Okay, now I can just run back over here and we should be able to finish the word L and
For an instant, I thought I was lying in a bar. That Selena was just a dream born from a whiskey bottle. But no whiskey would send you this kind of angel. She was watching over me.
So we're back in the mansion again. And, oh, there's a ghost about. You can see the black smoke there. I'm gonna try to go this way. There's another ghost there. William Vesper's Diary, Excerpt 14, March 2nd, 1932. I don't hunt anymore. I go to the smoke every night just because of her, Selena. She came all the way from Norway to settle in California with her parents. She was singing there as her career took off. She had a relationship with a prominent producer under strong media coverage, and she ended up in Black Lake. The owner didn't know more. For everyone here, what matters is her voice. And I don't recognize myself anymore. My piano training sessions always end up as fantasized rehearsals alongside her. When I look at Luna, I see Selena's hair shine under the light of the smoke spotlights. I know nothing of her, yet she became everything to me. Her sadness is mine, her loneliness is mine, her jazz is mine. But how can I tell her these things that I take for granted? I realize how little I know about women. I'm gonna watch out for that ghost and go back into the room we came from, because I have now plugged the plug into the wall. So we should have electricity. I'm gonna save again, actually. And then let's see what I can do with that power cord. With the electrical cable thing that comes from... Oh wait, let's see if this works now. No, the switch didn't respond. So the cable goes to here. The character with the lamp used to carry a light bulb. There's a ghost right in the corner there, sitting on a chair. The office door was guarded by one of these soulless bodies that filled the air with foul dust. My only chance of escaping was that lamp with no light bulb. Fate had a score to settle with me. So we need to find a light bulb to continue. Pictures of bodies mutilated with maniac care. In the office, there were dozens of photographs of women, including newspaper pieces about the missing women killed by the Wolf of Black Lake, and I was stuck here with these sad memories of them. So, assuming there are pictures of the victims of the Wolf of Black Lake all over this house. Maybe this house has something to do with the serial killer. William's first record, Debussy's Clair de Lune, August 28th. Right, so I'm gonna pick up some more matches and let's go look for that light bulb. It's probably out here somewhere. And watch out for the ghost. Let's try to go this way. exactly sure where it is actually. Oh, there's a light switch here. Finally, I felt like a child worshipping light after he had a nightmare. There's a camera. October 29th, 1938. Vesper Ink. There's a chest here. I needed my 2 hands. I'm gonna put out the match. And open the chest. And let's see if we can find something inside there. That's a creepy picture. This one. Whatever the picture, it will always look back at you. There's a light bulb. That light bulb had nothing to do here. And we know where its stand is, don't we? So which way did I come from? I think I came from here. Okay. So let's go and put the light bulb in the lamp. The light bulb was decorated with tiny craters that looked like the moon. I finally had more hold over the night. I think that I'm going to leave it here for today. Oh, that ghost is definitely still around.